Yo, I gotta find this real quick. Fam, I need to see a video on this dude. Fam, this dude, I seen this on Twitter.
So this is a video from.
I see this nigga on Twitter, bro. This fucking guy pretended like he was getting recruited by Oregon and California. And had a whole signing day.
I decided that
and picked
I'm gonna be
Cal,
playing football at the University
and
of
he
California.
wasn't offered by none of these schools.
But the fun.
How does no one ever check this? How does no one ever check this? That's nuts, bro. All right. Let's go. He lied his way into the NFL.
I've learned that success is not to be measured so much by the position that somebody's reached in life, but more so by the
Did I see that Vince McMahon retired? Yeah, that nigga got caught being a freak.
Achieve said success. Booker T. Washington. By that measure, the subject of today's video is already a massive
I put one of the reactions back.
Damon Sheehy Giuseppe, a 5'11", 170-pound kid with dreams of one day playing in the NBA. Pretty familiar start to the story of tons of kids, but Damon's story takes a ton of twists and turns as he runs into brick wall after brick wall.
It's a 14-minute
on
video,
one
not
of
too
the
bad.
Unlikeliest journeys into the NFL.
I don't even know who this nigga is.
Football story of Damon
Cue the
Sheehy
Wayne.
Giuseppe. Cue the Wayne.
We watched the Black Panther trailer. That was the first thing we reacted to.
In high school, Damon was a basketball player, but he wasn't even ranked as a hooper. Hell, he didn't even have a scholarship offer. He decided to attend Mesa Community College. So he goes to this JUCO and tries to walk on to the basketball team. He had it all planned out. He'd make the team, from there go on to get a D1 offer, probably a lower level D1 school, ball out at that school, get him to the tournament, lead his team to an upset victory versus a powerhouse school in the tournament, get noticed by the NBA scouts, get drafted in the second round,
You know what's
eventually
funny?
work his way up.
I was recently thinking about like me when I was leaving college or high school, and I was trying to find out, man, what am I gonna do for college? And I kept wondering, yo, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I remembered all of the college that I applied to, and nigga, I was applying to colleges that was in the FBS and not really knowing why I was doing so. Nigga, I applied to fucking University of Alabama at Birmingham. Why the fuck was I about to go to UAB? Nigga, applied to UTEP, got accepted. I got accepted to both, actually. The only reason why I didn't go to school in Alabama because they took them niggas football team. I was like, that shit's ass. I ain't going there, nigga. Bro, but I'm laughing at it because like at that time I had no idea about HBCUs. If I would have knew about HBCUs and everything they had to offer, nigga, I would have just applied to a whole bunch of HBCUs. Real shit. But I ain't know much about them. So when I was coming out of school, nigga, I applied to Colorado, Arizona State, UAB, with a UTEP. And I got a scholarship from some school in Mississippi. I don't know who the fuck they were.
To a starting road through a bunch of 10-day contracts and random injuries to players who were ahead of him. Maybe that's how it played out in his head. Instead, we got to back all the way up, back to that JUCO tryout. He didn't make the team. Dream over. No, when he was cut off by life's defenses, he did what all the great ones do. Pivot. He instead joined the track team as he always had good speed. This time he made it, but an untimely car accident prematurely ended his track season.
Damn.
Now he was back at square one. At this point, he's already failed twice. He didn't make the basketball team, lost his spot on the track team, and he's sitting at a community college where the chances of moving up are already slim. Perfect time to give up, try something else? Not exactly. Damon got wind of a football tryout at Phoenix College, not to be confused with the University of Phoenix, which is an online school. We're talking Phoenix College, that's a JUCO in Arizona. Damon attended the tryout and felt he did pretty well, but he never heard back. Another failure? Maybe for most. Damon didn't see it that way. He looked at it like this: well, look, they never called me back, so I don't know if I made it or if I didn't make it. They didn't say no. Technically, he was right. He figured I'd just show up to workouts, and if they tell me to leave, cool. If they don't, and I blend in well like I plan to do, I'll just work out with the team until they can't deny me. The plan was a long shot, but it was all he had. He showed up to every summer workout, beasting out, finishing first in the sprinting drills and things like that. Just really grinding it out, man.
How does this team not know this nigga not on the team running with y'all?
Actually a part of the team. And when the summer was over, the coaches was like, what the hell, man? They put him on the roster.
What the fuck?
All this after constantly being denied an opportunity. He created one out of nothing through sheer will. And if no other sport respects that, football damn sure does. If you want it more than everybody else, that will not go unnoticed in football. You want a cat like that on your team, even if he not gonna play. But he
How the fuck you don't make a JUCO team, nigga? Because it's talent everywhere, man. It's talent everywhere. And honestly, yo, one of the reasons why some niggas might not make it is simply because they haven't had the opportunity to do so. Real shit. It's talent everywhere, nigga.
And he played well. Damon wasn't a football player by trade and didn't look great in standard football drills originally, only because they're largely based on repetitions and Damon just didn't have the reps throughout his life. What he did have was track speed and the heart of a motherfucking lion. With those two things alone, you can make an impact on special teams for sure. Damon learned to feel kicks, and once he did, they turned him loose on the JUCO world. In his very first year, he amassed nearly 1,200 kick return yards, making him an NJCAA All-American kick returner. The next year,
that nigga gone. He running that motherfucker.
8 yards, which was the most in the nation. 4 kick return touchdowns and 400 more punt return yards to go with that. Dude made the absolute most out of his 2 years, but when his clock ran out, that was it. Damon went to the bank and applied for a credit card that he quickly maxed out. How? He was financing trips to every SEC and Big 12 school, all in an attempt to get in there armed with this new game film that he had, hoping that they'd take a look at it and allow him to walk onto the team. As you can already see
nigga
at this
determined.
point in the story, Damon is built different, bro.
Real
this
shit.
Is a different type of animal.
Most niggas would give up, bro.
This level of relentlessness,
what the fuck?
This dude would have made it in anything he really put his mind to. He wasn't gonna take no for an answer. Who would do this, bro? He leveraged his whole future against a credit card to drive to these schools to just try to walk in there, charm his way in, get him to look at his tape. Like, do you know how long of a full court shot that is? But he bet the house on it. Did it work? Nah. But he tried it. You know what I'm saying? Despite all of that, only
damn, that's
one
fucked
school
up.
even watched the tape. And even if they did want to give Damon a shot, unfortunately for him, he was 9 credits short and wouldn't have even been eligible to play D1. So that ended up being a little bit of a waste of time. Still determined as ever.
At least you
Damon
tried
was
real
like,
shit, bro.
"Can't
You
do
don't know
college?
until you try some
Okay,
shit, bro.
cool. This man decided he'll just go pro. So he came up with the exact same plan. I'll go to every NFL team
What the
until
fuck?
somebody watches my tape and gives me a workout. He started in Florida, Tampa Bay, Miami. Didn't have any luck with any of those either.
What the
Eventually,
fuck?
he tried the CFL as he heard they had a tryout in Las Vegas. Drives out there, works out, leaves it all out on the field.
This nigga's a
only
Max
for them to
Vanessa.
tell him that, oh, you know, we really don't take anybody from these tryouts. This is just kind of a thing that we, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine? Fine. Tries arena ball. All right, I know I got that. No, didn't make it. When your goal was the NFL and you can't make the arena ball team, at that point it's like, you know, come on, bro, it's over. If you're not good enough to make that arena ball team, then maybe you should give it up. And maybe Damon felt that way for a while. He had been reduced all the way from his D1 hopes, NFL hopes, CFL hopes, arena ball hopes. The man was playing flag. Legit, playing flag. That was all he had. And I'm sure there's no way in hell he was thinking that this flag football league is the next step to the NFL. But in some crazy way, it was. So one of the flag players that Damon played with had a friend who heard about this tryout. The Cleveland Browns were holding an invitation-only tryout in Miami. This just kind of came up in casual conversation, but Damon is desperate to get the address.
That nigga was probably snooping. Where? Trial? Where?
Give it to
That
him,
nigga
bro.
was
It's
probably
invite
snooping.
only. Relax. Eventually, he gets the address out of the guy, and as he's walking off, the dude was like, well, look, man, since you're going up there, look for Alonzo Highsmith. Okay, cool. He had a little bit of information. He had something to go off. So Damon goes and he Googles Alonzo Highsmith, finds out that's the vice president of player personnel for the Browns. So he burns an image of what Lonzo looks like in his brain, finds out a couple of things about him. He's preparing to pretend that he knows this guy. So yeah, Damon's a little bit crazy, bro. He's a little crazy, but you gotta be, bro. You gotta be crazy out here. When he made it to the workout, unsurprisingly, he was met with confusion. Like, who are you? Oh, I'm Damon Sheehy Giuseppe. I'm here for the tryout. You know Alonzo? Yeah, I know Alonzo. Okay, well, go ahead, go in.
What
Was
the
it that
fuck?
easy? Yeah, it was that easy. Apparently, based on Damon's delivery and confidence and a lack of diligence by whoever was at the door, Damon got in and he wisely immediately searched for Alonzo Highsmith, finds him, goes up, introduces himself, and Alonzo is impressed that this person that he does not know has finessed his way into this workout, and he's curious. He's like, if this dude did all of this to get here, let's see.
Mama mentality for real, nigga. What? This nigga not playing.
Here are some details I couldn't find in any of the articles about Damon, but I believe if he really did his research, which I think he did, he would have found out that Alonzo Highsmith is much more than the vice president of player personnel for the Browns. He's also a former D1 player who attended the University of Miami and won a national championship back in the 80s. He went on to be drafted first round, 3rd overall in the 1987 NFL Draft. He was taken by the Houston Oilers, where he was one of the best blocking fullbacks in the game. He stayed in the NFL for only 5 years, then decided to try pro boxing, where he went
27-1-1. Goddamn, they got them hands. Nigga from the city though. Nigga from the city though. You know what I'm saying? Real niggas. Beating the shit out niggas. Beating the shit out niggas. A fullback at 3, nigga. This was the 80s and shit. Nigga, that was different back then.
3 knockouts, bro. So as you can see, Alonzo Highsmith is actually the GOAT in real life. Now, assuming Damon did just a little bit more research, he would have seen that Alonzo is a father, and Alonzo's son, Alonzo Highsmith Jr., actually attended, guess what, junior college? That's right, the same school that Damon attended.
What the
Phoenix
fuck?
College, about 6 years before Damon ever
Oh,
got
okay.
there. Alonzo Highsmith Jr. later would try to make it into the NFL as a free agent. And he went through that whole ringer, man, working out for teams, bounced around the league for a couple years before he was completely out of the league. Assuming Damon really did his research and casually made Alonzo aware of the similarities between Damon and Alonzo Highsmith Jr., I definitely think Lonzo would have saw some of his son in Damon, and that could be the reason he allowed him to stick around for the workout. If none of that came up during their conversation, it's just really crazy how energies can attract, and that honestly kind of makes the whole story that much cooler.
That's
David
crazy.
fielded punts and kicks, and the former JUCO All-American.
I don't think he made the roster because I ain't never heard this nigga.
When he lined up for the 40-yard dash, the make or break drill in many of these cases, since teams can't teach speed, the former
track
track
speed.
athlete
He
ran
gone.
a 4.38, which was faster than the times of all but 5 wide receivers.
4.38. That's
2019
nice.
NFL draft. That was big, and if anything was going to swing this thing into his favor, that was it. The workout ended like all the others. When it was over, Damon left, made sure his phone ringer was turned all the way up, and waited. Every other tryout he'd ever been to, bruh, from JUCO basketball to JUCO football.
What you say? I told myself how to
CFL,
swim using
every other
YouTube?
tryout, he never got a call back. But 30 minutes
Yo, Jamaican
later,
nigga, real shit. Congrats, nigga. Real talk. Moral of the story, try absolutely, bro. Real shit, man. I taught myself a lot of shit from YouTube. Actually, man, I got some shit coming that's down the road. I've been teaching myself a lot of things. I taught myself how to do an oil change. I don't know shit about cars at all. At all. Nigga, I learned how to go to YouTube. I bought the tools, lifted that motherfucking car up, got under that bitch, was scared as fuck. I prayed 3 times before I got under that motherfucker. but changed my oil. I'm actually gonna do a YouTube video on this shit on how to do it. Shit really easy as fuck. But yo, learn that shit, bro. It's so much shit. If you want to learn how to do something, nigga, go to YouTube, learn it. Taught myself how to hang up TVs. Well, you know how easy that shit is? I'm actually finna go hang up 2 TVs tomorrow. Easy as shit.
After this NFL tryout, the phone rings, and it is the guy who he was just pretending to know, Alonzo Highsmith. He's actually ringing his phone for real now. Crazy. Alonzo told Damon he had been invited to the official tryout all the way in Cleveland 1 week later. That was mostly good news, except for the fact that Damon had run out of money and could barely get to Cleveland.
Damn.
And when he got there, he knew he would have nowhere to stay. But he'd come way too far at this point to
Hell no, you gotta keep going.
His last money get into Cleveland. When he got there, he slept outside the first night.
Damn.
Then he found a 24-hour fitness center that allowed him to stay there a couple nights. He go to laundromat, charge his phone there. He was just figuring it out, man, biding his time.
Man, I hope this nigga made it. Boy, this nigga
the
trying.
Tryout rolls around. When the tryout started, Alonzo had already filled in Browns GM John Dorsey on this kid who had some good speed and explosiveness. And Damon showed up as if
I don't know, he made
the
it.
best sleep of his life, was in great shape, had been eating good, all these things that were not true. But out there on the field, it looked like it. His explosion and his speed immediately jumped out to John Dorsey. And
Boy, this
also
nigga
his
wanted, this
skill
nigga hungry
as
for
a
it, bro.
returner. If you have speed, explosiveness, and heart, acquiring those special team skills can take you a long way, bro. A lot of people don't want to do that stuff. It could take you a long way. At this point, Damon was
Hey, good shit, King Coulter.
people. And after all that, this crazy journey, this man was offered a
What
free
the
agent.
fuck? Chat, boy, this video was needed. Motivational. Yeah, your granddad had a lot of them takes. That's crazy, but yo, motivational. What? I'm gonna be honest. This nigga might be the most determined human being I've ever heard in my life. Boy, what?
Contract. But of course, as we all know, that doesn't guarantee you a spot
At
on
all.
the final roster.
It don't.
But it did guarantee, at least for the next 4 months, that this man will have somewhere to stay and some food to eat. You know what I'm saying? And he had extended his dream a little further along. Now he had way better resources to continue to prepare. He was in the building. He just had to keep doing what he was doing. This is a story straight out of a movie or a Netflix show or something like that. It's just so many reasons he could have quit throughout. No offers in high school. Didn't make the JUCO basketball team. Got into a
Didn't
wreck,
make the
got kicked
arena.
off the JUCO track team. Wasn't invited to the JUCO football workouts. Denied by all the D1s after JUCO. CFL said no. Arena Ball said no. Finessed his way into a Cleveland Brown workout. Slept outside. Was homeless for a week. All to walk in there, impress everybody, and get a free agent contract. Bruh. In the end of the video, I'll leave y'all with the quote from the man who Damon lied and said he knew. Alonzo Highsmith. It doesn't happen very often. Trust me. I've been in this 22 years now, and that does not happen very often. And the chances of him making the team are even slimmer. But if he does, it'll be one of the greatest stories of all time.
Wait a motherfucking minute. What is this nigga at now? Wait a motherfucking minute. In the CFL.
Guy.
Bro, look at this nigga. Boy, this is a dream come true though. My nigga. This is a nigga that lied and said that he made the JUCO team.
Browns were able to.
He went from lying to playing in the NFL game.
Second round, and this is a guy who, Tim, talk about his career at Georgia. There've been a lot of good running backs at Georgia, but only Herschel Walker has ever.
Damn, nigga, get this nigga out my face.
Probably would have amassed more yards than the
This him
great
returning
Herschel
this kick.
Walker. So the Redskins will punt it away to the Browns. And it is Sheehy Giuseppe feeling it inside the 15. And
he's out of there.
He gets one block and
He's out of
gone.
there.
And
He's out of
is
there.
gone.
He's out of there.
Taking
He's
it
out
the
of there.
distance
Man,
for
this
the
nigga,
touchdown
I don't give a
is
fuck.
Sheehy
Yo,
Giuseppe.
this is one of the greatest sports stories I've ever seen, I've ever heard in my life. I don't care if he didn't really make the team for real. It's one of the greatest sports stories in my life, nigga. No cap. I swear to God, nigga, I promise you, this nigga story can be a movie. This is one of the greatest stories I've ever seen in my fucking life. From London said you made a JUCO team, nigga. What the fuck? That's fucking nuts, bro.
Special teams play, and now
That's
Freddie
nuts.
can smile because he has seen all of the units do their thing.
And nigga, all them niggas had for him. Bro, the niggas slept outside to make it to Cleveland.
He is, and his story is just amazing. How he's even on this football team. He kind of talked himself in to a workout. He said he knew Alonzo Highsmith. He did not, and he got on the field and impressed Alonzo so much, and he said, we need to bring this guy in for a workout. He ran a 4.340 that day, and he's an electrifying kick and punt returner. And he
Man, I know that nigga's emotional.
Well, he played at Phoenix College, junior college, and actually led the nation in kickoff return yardage with 4 touchdowns.
Nah, that's hard, bro.
And second in national junior college in yards per
Nah,
kickoff
that's
return
fucking
and punt
hard,
return.
boy.
So here's a guy that can return kicks. The Browns in their history have had some pretty good return men. When you take a look at the likes of Josh Cribbs and Eric Metcalf and the Ice Cube.
Yeah, let my nigga hold that ball, bro.
He might have just punched his ticket to that 53-man roster because I know it's going to be hard to do that as a receiver, but he just showed that.
That shit hard, bro.